These are the top 6 reasons not to move to Baltimore, Maryland. If you don't have to, then don't. I hear they don't even like cats and dogs here. I'm just kidding. Number 1, hurricane season. It's a real threat. While Maryland has its fair share of coastland, it's not the first place people think of when considering areas, fraught with hurricanes. But in the last 7 years, there have been over 120 tropical storms, hurricanes, and tropical depressions, and it affects the Baltimore area. There was Hurricane Isabella that dumped 4 feet of water down near in Baltimore County. Those poor folks are still recovering from that. Number 2, the humidity. Oh my God, is this place hot? It's not the heat, it's the humidity, they say. Every East Coast grandmother ever said that. But in this case of Baltimore, it's certainly true. June to September, you can bank on the fact that you want to cling to the indoor air conditioning in your car air conditioning because the city home is hazy, hot, and humid. It's a type of misery that will leave you wishing someone would just put ice cubes down your pants. It's sadly, if you're in Baltimore, you put yourself into this misery. It's hot. People just break a sweat going to the mailbox. Number 3, the professional sports teams here. Yes, we have the professionals here. That's just like the Baltimore Ravens. You never know what you're going to get from one season to the next. You're either going to get the Ravens who actually show up to play, or you're actually calling your high school football team to come in and play whoever they're playing. For instance, Miami. Miami wasn't a great team the one season. All of a sudden they come to town. They're like 0-4. They have won no games. They come to the Ravens. The Ravens play to the caliber of the team they're playing. When the Miami Dolphins are playing like crap, the Ravens certainly show up to play like crap. If the Pittsburgh Steelers show up to play and they're kicking everybody's butt, then the Ravens all of a sudden they show up. And I can't tell you the number of teams they've beat just by kicking field goals. Thank God. And all we trust in Justin Tucker. Alright, so let's talk about the Baltimore Orioles. Oh my God, one season to the next, you never know what you're going to get, whether you need pitching or you need hitting. They got pitching, but they got nobody that can hit the ball. They usually play a 500 season up until about the 10th game, and all of a sudden all hell breaks loose and they don't know what they're playing. Camden Yards, great stadium, but the price of tickets, go get a hot dog, a soda for a family of 4. I'd rather go catch the Ironbirds. The Ironbird games, the tickets are cheap, the hot dogs are cheaper, the sodas are cheap, the crowd's less. I don't know. Do you want to spend all that money to go see the Orioles? Number 4, the high cost of living. Relative to other cities along the East Coast, Baltimore is more or less right in the middle in this category. It's not as bad as New York. You can get like an 800 square foot apartment up in New York for like $4,000 a month, and you can certainly get better prices down in Atlanta. So Baltimore falls right in the middle of the category. However, if you're still looking at more than double the national average when it comes to, considering all the other places and negative aspects of Baltimore and associated with this city, maybe they should really put a halt to any future plans of taking up residence here. We get a lot of phone calls every day from people who are looking to relocate into the area. We absolutely love it. If you email, call, or text me any day, time, night, weekend, don't worry, I've got your back. Go ahead and book your consultation. We'll get you covered. Completely forgot where I was counting to, but I think this is number 2, the traffic and the drivers. Driving in this city is an absolute nightmare at times. Driving around 695 is an absolute nightmare. Baltimore might as well put in speed bumps and toll booths everywhere because it's your worst nightmare. And some insurance agency reports that the claim rates by Baltimore drivers are roughly 150% higher than any other city, and no one even knows why. Additionally, most auto insurance report that the average driver makes an auto insurance claim every 10 years or so. In Baltimore, cut that in half to even slightly less than every 5 years. And this can be possibly attributed to the vehicle theft and the break-ins, but in general, feeling around the city is if you should avoid driving, you shouldn't own your own vehicle, and if you don't want to be constantly making good of your insurance, might just be better to take public transportation. Which brings us to the final reason of why I don't think you should move here to Baltimore City: the subpar transportation. You should expect a big city to at least have some passable public transportation. Unfortunately, Baltimore has continued to fall short in any category as far as public transportation system here. The one that's here is confusing, inefficient mess that leaves the citizens constantly wishing they would take a skateboard or a better system would be in place. I think the skateboard might actually be it. In 2020, Baltimore's public transportation system was granted a grade D by the local metrics, and even more embarrassing, a grade of F when it came to people on low social economic statuses' ability to access public transportation for reasons, I don't know, like getting to work or visiting the doctor's office. There are actually a variety of options, but the way the whole system was designed makes it a convoluted and tiresome headache to try to even get around. That said, if you can't see yourself moving to Baltimore, but you still need to move to Maryland, you might want to consider Harford County, Cecil County, Howard County, there's Baltimore County, and Anne Arundel County. All are close to Baltimore, and I can certainly help with your move. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about traffic, weather, or the hurricanes. Alright, number 10. Shit. I mean, you might, don't even want to hear it. Don't. I even hear they don't like coffee. Whenever you can be Batman.